Hi, this is Mike Sareini of this edition of Meet Your Council, and today we're joined with our Fire Chief, Joseph Murray. Chief, thanks for joining me.
No problem. Thanks for coming out.
So today we're going to be talking about something that's brand new, which the council recently approved, and you went out and got some funding secured for us regarding training and our fire training. Can you give us a little detail about it?
Sure. The fire department has been interested in developing a training center for a number of years. A lot of the accreditation organizations and independent organizations that rate fire departments have a really high standard for training and recommend that fire departments have individual training centers. So a number of years ago, we started exploring this opportunity, but they can be pretty expensive startup costs for these. So we worked diligently and we did a lot of research, and we were able to apply for a grant in 2015 through FEMA, and we were lucky enough to be awarded about $1 million, and that essentially covered all our costs for all the props, the burn buildings, even some training courses to be held within the training center. So we had a lot of what's going into the building, but we needed a space still. And
the space. Yeah, the space is a good point. That's, I think, one of the biggest things is that we always get an opportunity to repurpose or take a building that we have, and this was a great idea. I toured it.
Yep.
We were talking about the safety of it, would it work, and basically you could tell them the location and what's going on with it. But really, it was a great idea because we ended up taking a building that was not being used, and now is actually, I think, a perfect space. What do you think?
I agree. We settled on part of the existing sewer building. It met the requirements of what we needed. We needed something that was large, open space, and that we could spray water and make a lot of noise and not disturb the public. So,
and if you could elaborate a little bit about the burning chambers, which I thought were incredible.
Yeah, as part of the grant, we have two enclosed steel burn chambers, which is really great for us because in Wayne County, you can't go to a vacant house and light it on fire.
Yeah.
So
we don't want to do that.
So the only way for our new hires, our new people, to get experience with the real live fire scenario and be able to feel the heat, the smoke, all that, is to do it in one of these controlled burn chambers. So, and what's nice about that is it burns regular combustible materials, your wood, etc. But there's safety controls all built into it. So if the fire starts getting too big, starts getting too hot, you hit a button, it opens up vent shafts, cools the place down, has a suppression system built right into it.
Another thing was they also have simulations for how to drive the big rigs, and you want to give us a little detail on that?
Sure. Actually, one of the things we're most excited about is our driver simulator, and it's a pretty complex machine. It's about $200,000 in it by itself. But what this does is it essentially is a cab of a fire engine that you sit in, same seats, same controls, and it's surrounded by 4 or 5
like a big video game.
Yeah, like large, like 60-inch monitor, 80-inch monitors, and it has a number of different scenarios, and you can use fire engines, fire ladder trucks, ambulances, police car, a number of different scenarios you can utilize in it. And why this is important for us is because our trucks are very expensive. So you're talking our typical ladder truck costs almost $1 million.
That's correct. Yeah.
And we want to give especially our new hires and even some of our positions don't drive all the time, and give them some annual, some training on a regular basis, so that the first time or in a long time they haven't driven, they're driving a $1 million piece of equipment.
Chief, another thing I wanted to mention that I wasn't aware of, when I joined the council too, is a lot of fire departments have firemen and then EMS.
Yep.
So they're separate. So you get the fire truck, and if someone's got an issue there, then you got to bring in the EMS. Well, ours are not like that. We're combined.
That's
and
correct.
Where you have the fireman is trained in both areas, which is great, so he can act response right away. But also they're trained in life support too. So you can give us information on that.
Sure. We have just probably within the last 2 years, 100% of our employees here became licensed paramedics and advanced life support levels. So I think 2 years ago we upgraded all our ladder trucks to ALS abilities. So now all our ladder trucks, fire engines, and ambulances can basically bring the emergency room to your house, whether it's taking EKGs, giving medications, intubating patients. So we really try to ensure that response is the fastest it can possibly be to our citizens. So it's a good program, and this is the first time since we started ALS in the mid 90s that 100% of our department is certified to do it. So no matter if you're getting me or if you get a brand new firefighter, everyone is a licensed paramedic now. So it's a great program.
I think, you can't say much more than that. 100% can't get better than that. And that is important because, again, when the resident calls, they need help.
Yep.
And that's why they're calling the firemen. And to have that certification, and that's an incredible feat to get everybody on board because it sets the standard much, much higher. And I can't thank you enough for doing that. It's a great program. And Chief, of course, I know right now the training center is still under construction, so we couldn't get in it completely. But hopefully you'll have us back when it's all operational, and I get to drive the truck on the computer.
There you go. Sure. We the training centers. We had some initial demolition we had to accomplish, and now we're just working on the construction of a classroom, some other minor construction. But props are already being delivered, and we're hoping to be opening up by sometime in December. So
excellent. So I'll be back.
We're looking forward to having you.
Thank you very much, Chief. Again, this is Mike Sareini of this edition of Meet Your Council.